Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Wendell Elamine James Show. This evening we're going to be talking about the show, the run of the show, what it's been uh, giving to the audience for the last year and a half, and what improvements we can give the audience to improve the things that we're doing, uh, to give some of the things that you want to be given to the audience. And that's what we're talking about today. So today, I'm here and I'm going to ask questions and ask that you call in to the show and give the information that you want to enhance the program to better it for our future for the next year and to kind of like give me some insight on what I should do and what I shouldn't do. I'm in for the good advice. I'm in for the bad advice. I can take constructive criticism. I have no problem with it. So give me some information on what I should do to enhance our program. And call into the show. Call into the show and give the information to the people here at Bayvac. You can go on the Google it and get the phone number to Bayvac and call and give information for the Wendell James Show. I am the host. I am the producer of the show, and I just want some information that I can take and better our program for the next year. I'm going to be shutting off for the next 2 months on my live show from 6:30 to 7 in the evenings, and that's on Thursday evening from 6:30 to 7. I'm going to be shut down for the next 2 months. I've taken on another project, and it's going to take my time in the evening, so I won't be able to come on for the next 2 months and do my live show. So kind of like bear with me for the next couple of months. I will be back. It's not over. I will be back. I just put something else on my plate that I shouldn't have, and I've done it. So I have to uh, uh, obligate myself and go on with it for the next couple of months. I am doing some other things that taking me away from the things that's most important to me. But like I say, if I hadn't taken it on, it wouldn't have been done, and it's important as well. Everybody know I do the reentry programs here, uh, and that's what I'm going to focus myself on is reentry. Uh, People coming home from incarceration and giving them information that they need. Everybody knows, or if you don't know, I'm going to inform you that we have a program at the end of the month, the second Wednesday of the month, at the Oak Stop in Oakland, California. Address is 1721 Broadway Street, and that's every second to the last Wednesday of the month. And that's at Oak Stop. That's Support Circle. You can go on my webpage, the Wendell Elamine James Facebook, and look and see when our programs are at the last Wednesday of the month, every month, in Oakland, the two Todd Leaf Collective organization I work for. Come on and take part of our program that we have for the formerly incarcerated. We want to give information to them coming home from prison because we want them to have a smooth transition back into their neighborhoods. And that's what we do as far as our work at Talib Collective. I am the coordinator for the Talib Collective Reentry Program. You can go on my webpage at Talib Collective and see the reentry program there and look up, and it'll inform you of some of the stuff that we do at Talib Collective as far as the reentry program. We try to help people, coming back home, after long periods of time. We've been gone for a long time, They've been doing time and things have changed over the period of years. So we want to give them the information that they need coming back into the community so they can have a smooth transition. It's no such thing as you can't do it. Yeah, you can do it. If you wish to do it out here, you can do it. And everybody that I feel that everybody is salvageable. Everybody can change. Everybody can be helped to change. A lot of people want help, don't know how to get it, don't know how to ask for it, but we're here to assist you in the transformation back into your community. Um, it's some people come back and they, it's a job. It's a job coming back into your community after be going 10, 20, 30, 40 years. being incarcerated. You know, you go into the system, you become institutionalized, and you are not part of the community that you once were. You know, so it's foreign to you. You know, leaving a prison yard, leaving the prison environment, and coming back into your community is foreign. You know, so it's something like you gotta debrief from that type of living and come back into your community and get readjusted to this type of living. You know, being around people, being able to ride a bus without thinking that people's looking at you because you just come home from prison. Nobody know you came home from prison but you. And so a lot of people get it mixed up thinking that you get on the bus and you're riding the bus and you look like everybody's looking at you because you just got out of prison. But that's your hang up. That's not theirs because they've been doing what they've been doing all their life. You're the one that's been gone. So we got to take that into consideration. We have to look at stuff like that and let people know that we, you know, we're part of this again. We're part of this society, part of this community. We're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. So, excuse me, it's a good thing that we have information that we can give people, you know, coming home after a long time in prison and help them have a smooth transition. Right now in the Bay Area, housing is really tough. You know, trying to get a person into a transitional housing or housing period is tough. Everything in the Bay Area is sky high. It's expensive. You know, a studio apartment is outrageous in the Bay Area. You know, so alone one bedroom is unbelievable. A person renting a one bedroom. Excuse me. So we want to try to make it smooth and give you the information that we can give you and hope that you can get an apartment, you can get a some place to live, a transitional housing that will accept you. That's what we want to be able to work and help you with. So this is what the kind of work that we do at Talif Collective. You know, we try to assist those coming home. We know we have another good program here in San Francisco, the Seniors Ex-Offenders Program. That's located on 3rd Street in Carroll. You know, right on the corner of 3rd Street in Carroll. You make that right turn and go into the dead end, and there's a huge apartment complex there. On the first floor is Dr. Davis, Senior Ex-Offenders Program, and that's ran by Kathy Davis, Dr. Davis's wife. She took on the torch and she's carrying it on. So you can go there and you can get assistance there. If you're in the Bay Area and they help out seniors, you know, they give you information that you need to have a smooth transition back into your neighborhood. You know, they do fantastic work. So if you're in the neighborhood, if you're in the area and you need some assistance coming home from incarceration, go in and talk to Seniors Ex-Offenders Program. You know, they can help you with housing. They can help you with jobs. They can help you with driving license information to get your California ID. They can help you with a lot of things coming home from incarceration. So don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need coming home. You know, it's a task. It's a job. You know, coming back. You know, and we know it. You know, myself. You know, I experienced it. You know, but I had family support. You know, great family support, and you know, this is ongoing. You know, they're still watching my back, making it pleasant for me to be here and part of this West world out here. You know, so don't be ashamed. Sometimes we got to set our pride to the side. We got to set our pride to the side and allow ourselves to come in and be part of this, because this is what we're supposed to be. You know, we're supposed to be in our neighborhoods, in our communities, opposed to being in a man-made environment of incarceration. You know, so you've been given an opportunity to come back in your neighborhood, and come back in your neighborhood and be part of your community. So I advise you to take it, accept it, run with it, do what you can to make a difference in your community. You know, you're back. You went into the system. You became a part of something that your rights was taken from you for a period of time, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years, maybe 40 years. Your time was taken from you, your life was taken from you, you went into an environment, and you became used to that environment. You became institutionalized, you know. And then you had people coming to visit you over a period of time, period of years, and they became part of your time, your incarceration. Because if you did time, and they was coming to see you, they did time with you. So they became part of your environment, visiting you, and you had a relationship in prison, right? But the sad part about it, when people come home from incarceration, they come home and they believe that that relationship they had in prison, they can carry it on back in their community. Wrong. You can't. You can't continue that relationship you had in prison with the relationship you have back in your community with your other half, so to speak. You know, that has to change. That has to change to the environment, to the space that you're in your community. You know, so you have to come out and you got to be part of this out here in this world and better things for what you wanted to do out here now, because, you know, everything's changed since you've been gone. You know, everything changed. If you've been going 5 years, things have changed. If you've been going 10 years, things have changed. If you've been going 15 or 20 years, things have changed drastically. If you've been going 30 or 40 years, the pavement on the ground has changed. They have built new buildings. They got a new ball stadium. They got a new Levi Stadium. They got everything that you seen 30 or 40 years ago. Most of it has changed. You know, the donut shops you used to pass by has changed. Changed the coffee shops, changed the stores, changed the people living in, made it out of houses that they live in now. You know, everybody's trying to find somewhere to live. So those stores that we see, we pass by, that used to be stores, they're no longer stores. They're places where people live now. You know, where they have families that live now. You know, so things have changed in the Bay Area drastically. So now we have to come home and we have to readjust ourselves and become part of this society again. So that's what it is today, you know. So, you know, that's the work that we do. We try to assist people into coming home and being part of this world out here, you know, and being part of this environment out here. You know, we left for periods of time, and our family, we forgotten who our family is. We don't even know our families no more. Our children that we left behind as youth, they're full grown now. You know, we can't treat them like they're children anymore. They're grown adults. So we have to talk to them and treat them like they're grown adults. You know, and being gone, if you left your child when they was 12 and 13 years old, and you come home now, they're 40 and 45 and 50 years old now, and you have to treat them like they're adults now. You have to, because they are adults. You can't treat them like they're not. They come home to your household that you live in with your wife, and now you want to become head of the household, okay, so to speak. Well, you have that right because you are the husband, and you're the father of these children, and you have the right to be head of the household, but wait your turn. Don't just come back and fall in and say, okay, daddy's home, and everybody fall in the ring. That's not how it goes. You see, you have to come home, and the first thing that you should do, that I advise you to do, is to get your job and start working and bring that paycheck home and start paying some bills. Pass that check on to that woman that's been waiting for you for 20, 30, 40 years. Pass that check on to her, allow her to start paying bills on time. Start her paying bills, we start paying bills off. Buying the grocery in the house, buying the stuff that's needed, toilet paper, tissues, stuff that's needed in the household. So go ahead and allow yourself to be able to get a job, make enough money to give that woman so the woman can pay bills, so you can be back in the saddle, so to speak. So when it gets time for her to give you that bridle, she'll give it to you, and you can start riding on into the sunset, so to speak. You can take over the house and start being the head of the household again. But until she gives it to you, just continue doing what you're doing. Get a job, get 2 jobs. Bring the paycheck home, allow her to pay bills, and continue doing what she's doing until she gets to the point to where she says, okay, now I can turn this over to my husband, my man, or however she want to put it. And life goes on. You can be able to go out and those dreams that you dream while you was in prison, you can go out and you can start having those dreams, going out for dinner, going out to bowl, going out to different places together with your wife and your children and your family. A family affair, you see. But we just can't come home and just take over. You can't do it like that. A lot of people come home and they think they can come home in a household and just take over, and it don't last. The relationship don't last. because you don't even know how to pay a bill. You don't even know how to write a check. And you come home with a big old paycheck now. You ain't like getting PIA money. You know, it ain't like getting money out in industry where you work and you get a certain amount of money every month. It ain't like that kind of money. You get big money out on these streets. So you got to come home and get this paycheck and stack it, give it to the woman, allow her to pay some bills, put that check inside the bank, draw you some interest, some capital, and allow yourself to be part of this world again. And it's just that simple. Just that simple. We can't come home and think that our women and our children are our cellmates, our cellies. They're not your cellies. You left your cellie on the other side of the wall. And now you're on this side of the wall, and now you have a family, and these are your family. These are not your cellies. These ain't your road dogs in prison. These ain't your homies in prison. These are your family members now that you have to live with for the rest of your life. So we got to come home and take advantage of what we have now. I want you to keep in mind one thing, that you was allowed to go into a boardroom. And in that boardroom, you had 2, maybe 3 commissioners that sit across from you. And you was able to convince them that you are found suitable for them to put their names on that paper and hand it to you and say, we find you suitable for parole today. And you have to look at them like, what? And they find you suitable for parole, and they go on and read some more stuff, and you boo-hoo, get this all the paper and wipe your eyes, and you boo, and you cry a little bit because they just give your life back to you. Then you got to go for the 140 days before your complete hearing of that board hearing is complete. And you go in front of that board, and they find you suitable, they send you home, give you some information that you can put on top of your stuff that you've done, and you come home and you take that and you bring it home and you go back into your community and you take that stuff that they gave you and you apply it to your parole. You see your parole officer, introduce yourself to him, find out who he is, see what your conditions are, because the conditions change from prison to your parole officer on the street. Conditions change. They give you one condition in prison, they write out. Then when you get to your parole officer, you have another condition that he write out and you sign. So those are the conditions that you go by now. Conditions that your parole officer have you sign in his presence. Those are conditions that you go by. And you have to go by those conditions until you discharge from parole. And those conditions are to maintain a job, maintain employment, maintain housing, somewhere to live, and stay out of problems, stay out of trouble. Continue work, and make sure that you're doing everything that you have been ordered to do. And you got to do that until you discharge. You see, so that's what you have to do when you go to your parole officer. Understand what he's saying, and if you don't understand what he's saying, let him read it to you, so you can understand it, because those are your conditions that you have to go by until you discharge. So it's not really easy, not really hard, excuse me. It's not really hard. It's relatively easy, because some people, matter of fact, most lifers that come home from prison, that's been on a long period of time, they don't even feel they're on parole because they have so much room to maneuver, to do things, I mean, I've worked 3 jobs. I got 3 jobs. I still have a TV show, I'm a producer of, I still do this, but I have 3 jobs that I work. And I would do that because I have to stay busy at doing something that's constructive, that's positive. I don't want to be around nobody that's doing something that's stupid, because I'm not part of that. They're not doing what I'm doing, I'm certainly not doing what they're doing. I'm doing stuff that's constructive, that's positive. So that's what we have to do with our time. We have to make our time useful in our communities. We got to make our time to where we can benefit from it and become part of our community, maybe an asset instead of a hinder on people. So that's why we have to look at how our time has been spent during the period of day, during the period of week, during the period of month, how our time has been spent. What are we doing with our time? We're making a difference to ourselves, to our community, to our family, our loved ones, what are we doing to make our families become part of our existence to where they can say, wow, I don't mind being around this person because he's pretty cool. He's doing everything right. He ain't doing nothing wrong. And if you're around people a period of time, they know whether you're doing wrong or right. Your family members know if you're doing wrong or right. People in your community know whether you're doing wrong or right. You see, so it doesn't take long for it to catch on that either he's doing wrong or he's doing right. And if you're doing wrong, it's going to catch it with your partner. It's going to bite you in the butt. Bleed that. And you can wind back on the other side of that fence. That's something that you don't want. You don't want none of that. You don't want to go back after being found suitable for parole and coming home to a board of prison that signed their names on the paper and gave you a paper saying found suitable. And you come home, you don't want to go back, okay, because that's an insult to injury. You know, you insult the whole board of prison terms because they gave you a shot at coming home and being part of this society. Now, I want you to keep in mind that we know people inside that ain't never coming home. We know brothers that we've left inside those prisons, those stoops. They got life without the possibility of parole, and they'll never come home, right? But we know, we believe that every person that we've met in prison that have life without, they have a chance at coming home. They got a chance to come home and be being part of the society and continuing their life. But you have to be part of what's going on. So I don't know. I guess I can pretty much say everything that I said is legit. You know, everything that I said is legit. It's going to make a difference if you take what I said on this show and apply it to your life after coming home from prison. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Just like when you went in, people told you what not to do and who to do and why not to do. Okay, you follow those instructions all the way through. And now you got somebody that came home from prison, and I've been home, I got home July 2nd, 2015. And I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing all right. I'm maintaining the job. 3 weeks after I got home from prison, I was hired to Talif Collective to run the reentry program. I've been there ever since. I come home from there. I did a internship at Seniors Ex-Offenders Program coming home from prison. I was there for about 90 days. Did an internship there, completed that. I went to work for Brookside Homeless Shelter in Richmond. I do that. I work at Tesla Motor in Fremont. I'm doing that now. I do my show, which I'm doing right now. You know, I'm trying to stay busy out of the way of madness. You know, if you get arrested, if you get lax, you know, we don't want things to backfire. We want things to move forward. You know, I'm staying faithful to my belief. I'm staying faithful. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on a daily basis. You know, I couldn't do this without the Almighty. I couldn't do it. You know, I put Allah first in my life. Okay, then I go on and I pick up other things and put second. But I couldn't do this if I didn't have my faith in my life. I couldn't do it. You know, so I work a number of jobs, trying to keep myself focused on the big picture. You know, and that's life. That's life. Life is great today. Life is great today. Life is great today. I'm able to do things the way that I want to do it to an extent. You still have stuff that we have to answer to. But we have to believe in them in something bigger than us. You know, because we can't do this alone. We have to ask for forgiveness on a daily basis. We have to ask for help on a daily basis, that we be allowed to get to the other side without conflict, hesitation. We have to appreciate the stuff that's been given us. We have great people in our lives that's helping us, assisting us to make it to the end of the road. So I appreciate what we have, enjoy the time that we have. I tell people all the time, today in life, we have less time than we have more time left. I'm going to say it again. We have less time than we have more time left in our lives. The less time that we have in our lives, take advantage of it. Enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it. You get into altercation with the person that you in a relationship with, either you stay in it or you get out of it. Either you stay in the relationship and work it out. If you can't work it out, get out of it. Right? You can be miserable by yourself. And believe me, you can be happy by yourself. So if you get into a relationship, if it don't work, get out of it. Enjoy life. We got less time than we got more time. We don't have time to bicker. We don't have time to argue in a relationship. I don't. I don't have time to argue, and I'm not going to. So we have to either get it right in a relationship or either get out of it, because we got stuff to do while we're here. We got to enjoy the time that we have while we're here. Get your job, get a relationship, enjoy it while if you can. If you can't, get out of it. Enjoy your children that you've come back to after a long period of time. Get in a relationship with your children. Be part of their lives. If they don't want to be part of your life, get out of it. Get out of it. And continue your life, because we don't have a lot of time left. We got to enjoy the time we have. You might go outside and a big old truck might run into you. It's over with. You might go outside and fall down dead. It's over with. Life is not promised to anyone. You can be here today and gone today. Just that simple. You know, so value the stuff that we have. Value what's been given to us. You know, treat people as you want to be treated. And pass on what you have. You have knowledge. You know, I tell people that I went into a college of unknown. I got information that people in society will never get. So I went into a college about unknown. I got all the information that I was allowed to get. And believe me, I got a lot of information. And I was allowed to come back on this side of the fence, this side of the wall, and give another chance to be part of my community. And I come home and I do work today to help those that's not fortunate enough to help themselves. If I'm given opportunity, if I'm given something on my plate and I can help somebody else with it, that's what I do. I don't hold on to it. Years ago, coming up in the 60s and 70s, I was told as a youngster, game is to be sold, not to be told, youngster. And that person that told me that was a lie. Game is to be given away. Knowledge is to be given away. If you have any knowledge in you, period, give it away. Give it away. Pass it on. If you don't pass it on, believe me, you're going to be punished for it. You're taking it with you. And what you have here, material things, the knowledge you've gained, you can't take it with you. You can't use it where you're going. Leave it here, pass it on to the next generation of people, pass it on to a person that's less fortunate than you are, and continue your journey. Life is too short, not to value, not to appreciate. Life is too short. We've been given something that God gave us. He gave us life, understanding, and stuff to be able to reward ourselves with. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in madness. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in stuff that really don't make sense. You know, if you feel something that's right, go for it. If you have a thought that is not, go over it, examine it, make sure that it's not right. You know, research, find out about it. That it's not right or it's right. If it's right, go for it. If it's not right, drop it like a hot potato, get rid of it. And that's what we have to do in this life. Life is so precious today. To me, life is precious. I value every day of my life because I have a life today. I have responsibility in my life, and I take advantage of it. I don't hurt nobody in no kind of way. I'm going to get away from you. If I feel myself beginning to get close to hurting you, I'm going to get rid of you, get away from you. And that's how it's going to be. Life is great. Yes, life is great. So I'm trying to continue my work at Talib Collective, the reentry program. As I stated earlier, I am the coordinator for Talib Collective Reentry. You can go on the website, Talib Collective, and type in reentry. the reentry program will come up, and you get information on the reentry program. Get in contact with me, Wendell Elamine James, Talib Collective. Call there. You can go on Google, get the phone number, call, and get in contact with me. Anything that I can help you with, I help you. You know, if I can help you trying to locate the job, anything that I can help you with, I'll help you. I'm there. That's what I'm there for, and that's what I do. You know, but like I say, I've got 3 jobs, and I'm loving every minute of it. It gets kind of tiresome every now and then, but I'll be okay. People tell me, Elamine, slow down. You know, rest, self-care. I'm gonna rest. I do rest. I get enough rest. Self-care. But I want to be able to help those that can help themselves, and I'm going to take care of myself to the best that I can to be able to be here so I can help those people that can't help themselves. Yes. So I'm going to be part of it for the rest of my days, you know, and continue doing as I'm doing. If it's anything that I said this evening to offend anybody, those was not my intentions. Forgive me. If I said anything to help you in any kind of way, give all praises to God for allowing me being the vessel that I am to pass it on to you. You know, and that's what I do. I pass on information from to me to you, right? But if I said anything to offend you, those weren't my intention. I apologize for it. I'm not trying to be a big I, a big you. I'm trying to be me. I'm trying not to impress nobody. I'm trying to help those who can't help themselves. And if anybody feels that I'm trying to be something other than that, you got it mixed up. I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm not trying to say that I'm more than what I am. I'm not. I'm just a servant doing the work. And that's what I do. So I appreciate your time today, coming on the show, watching the show, taking your time out of your day, 30 minutes out of your day, and being part of it. And if there's anything that you can help me with to better our program, enhance our program, call in. Call Bayvac. SF Commons, Bayvac. Call in and give me some information that I can better our show. So with that, I want to thank you for watching the show this evening. And, you know, give me some feedback. Let me know what I can do to help. Okay? That's what I'm here for. Right? The life that you save should be your own first. And once you save your own life, start helping those others save their life. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. I tell people I got the whole box today. I can do what I want to do with it. Eat one piece at a piece, or the whole box at one time. I'll scarf it down in my whole mouth like, but I take one bite at a time and enjoy it. So thank you for watching the show, and stay tuned to the Wendell Elamine James Show Saturday night at 7 o'clock on Channel 29. And to reiterate, I'll be gone for 2 months on my live show, but I will be back. Thank you, and thank you for watching the show.